So I've just bought myself an electric bike, and I know this is like quite a sudden thing on this channel, but this is actually something I've been thinking about for quite a long time now. And I originally tried, electric scooters and then tried a unicycle, but I've just always put off getting a bike just because I wanted something a bit more portable. That's why I kind of lean towards a scooter and a unicycle. And with scooters, they worked okay, but a lot of them just always seem to kind of not be that reliable in the long run. And then unicycle, which I've shared on this channel before, I just couldn't get the hang of it. But yeah, I've been thinking about this for quite a few days now, just contemplating whether I should get an electric bike. But yeah, I've decided to get it, and this is actually a folding one as well, so it's relatively light and can be folded to be quite small and compact. So for the most part, it's still quite portable. But yeah, I just got it because I just want to just kind of explore my kind of local area and other places as well. And I find that walking is always quite slow for the most part. I mean, I can't really run, like that would just exhaust myself a lot too much. But walking I do enjoy, but at the same time I do want to kind of get to places a bit faster as well. And whenever I need to go to like places or go to the gaming group, I tend to always need to rather take two buses to get to the train station or ask my mum to take me. And the buses are they're just very unreliable a lot of the times, causing me to be late and miss my train and such. And then I don't really like always having to rely on my mum to get to places. So I just kind of want to be a bit more independent, I suppose, and just kind of get to places on my own. And, combining riding the bike as well as public transport, I should be able to achieve that. So yeah, I mean, I've not spoken to my mum about this yet just because I pretty much know what her reaction will be. But I will tell her maybe later tonight or sometime in the next week. But yeah, I can already tell it's going to be a bit of a stressful talk, trying to convince her of what I want to do and how I feel about things. But yeah, it's just something I'm going to have to talk to her about. But yeah, I've asked for my bike to be built in store, ready for me to pick up in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, whenever that date comes around and I pick up the bike, and I'll update on this channel on what sort of bike I've got. So hopefully I won't regret buying this bike. I mean, hopefully it's something that will be reliable and kind of become like a companion, I guess. Like a companion to help me get around to places. Like, if I take care of the bike, I'm sure the bike will take care of me. So yeah, hopefully this will be a good decision and worthwhile purchase. And the bike is relatively expensive, but yeah, like I said, hopefully I won't regret getting it. So a bit of an update on my family member. So I think he called my mum a few days ago because I had talking a little bit, and apparently his fever has managed to come down now. So I mentioned before, like he was taking a lot of medication to bring his fever down, but once the medication wore off, it always returned. And doctors wanted to give him some treatment, but they first had to maintain his fever. But now that his fever, from what I've heard, has gone away quite a bit, he's actually been allowed back home for a while as well. And yeah, because as far as I'm concerned now, his fever hasn't really returned, so maybe the doctors are able to offer him some more treatment. But I guess in a way, this is positive news. Him able to have his fever go away for the most part, and then even be able to return home after over a month now. So yeah, I guess this is definitely some positive news, but it's it's still not entirely in the clear, since he still needs to go through treatment and does need to stay in the hospital as well. But yeah, I think ever since he was admitted to hospital up until now, this is probably the best news for him so far. But yeah, I'm just glad to hear that he is doing a little bit better now. But this doesn't mean, my stress and anxiety has gone away. Like, I still, I'm worried about him and just anxious to know what the future holds for him, and then yeah, just see where things go from here really. But again, this is a little bit of positive news for him, so I'm happy for him in that regard. But yeah, I think I just need to stay positive really, and continue to hope that things work out for him. Well, I just spoke to my mum about me getting a bike next week, and yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. Her reaction was, yeah, she wasn't too fond of the idea. I mean, I pretty much expected this, but I wouldn't say she was like, she went full angry with me. Like, she basically just voiced her concern, saying that riding a bike is dangerous, and especially for someone like me with mental health, it can be even more dangerous. But I just basically said to her that I've been thinking about getting a bike for quite a long time now, and I just want to be a bit more independent, I guess. Like, I don't always want to rely on my mum to get to places. Like, I know she's like my mum, and she is like my carer as well. But I guess I just want to do my part and try and help myself a little bit more, and kind of help my mum as well in that regard. But yeah, obviously I'll need to practice being a bit more independent, and practice riding a bike safely as well. I mean, I learned how to ride a bike when I was younger, so I should get the hang of it pretty much straight away. But I guess it's just riding on the road that's going to be the biggest challenge for me. Like, I looked up videos on how to give signals and how to ride a bike on the road, but I'm just gonna try and put that knowledge into actually riding. Like, I think to start off, I'll probably just ride pavements and probably some bike lanes to start off with, and then once I hopefully get more confident, then I'll start seeing if I can do like short roads where I need to start signaling and stuff. And yeah, it's been a few days since I made the last video that I purchased the bike, so I did have quite a lot of growing anxiety on how to approach speaking to my mum about it. So I was definitely feeling like very short breath, very tense, and then my chest felt really bloated and tight, and I was just feeling sick just from anxiety really. But yeah, now that I finally told her, like, it does feel like some weight has been lifted off my body. So yeah, when I do come round to picking up the bike next week, then my mum will obviously see it, and then we'll probably have like some further talks about this. But yeah, I think overall it should be fine, hopefully. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.